Hello my bookworms, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney and today's video will be my Spin the Bottle TBR for December. So hey, what's up? How are you? I hope you're doing well. If this is the first Spin the Bottle TBR that you are landing upon, I will leave the link down in the description to all of the previous installments to this game so that you can check them out if you want to. The first video that I posted this year in January goes over the Spin the Bottle TBR board and kind of explains what each space means and what some of the basic rules. However, some of the rules have changed throughout the year, so just go with the flow, basically. The first thing we do now every single time is we go through the previous month's TBR, and if I successfully completed my Spin the Bottle TBR from the previous month, then I will get a reward, and if I don't finish it, then I will get a punishment. Now, this is the stack that I was supposed to read this past month in November, which was my birthday month and was the first full month that we pretty much got our house and we started to fix it up. So we've been very, very busy. But would you believe it? I'm gonna finish it with a stipulation. So I have successfully completed every single book except for White Smoke and the Well of Ascension, but White Smoke I am actually in the middle of, so I should actually finish it today or early tomorrow morning. And then Well of Ascension I have already started. I think I am about 15% of the way through. So even if I don't finish Well of Ascension by November 30th, I will have already started it, and therefore that counts as a win. So we get a reward. And so we have our trusty little mug, and we have all of our rewards shifted around in here. So I'm going to shake it up and we're going to pick one and see which reward we get. Ooh, this is a really good one. We got double up on prompts. So that means that if I spin 2 different times and get 2 different prompts, normally I have to pick 2 different books for each of those prompts. But with this reward for my whole TBR, I can double up on my spins. So potentially read less books for this TBR, because since it's the last month of the year, I have a lot of books that I want to try to read and finish so that I can wrap up some of these vlogs that I've been trying to get through. So that's actually really awesome. This is a really fantastic reward prompt. I'm excited to see if I can successfully use it. I'm pretty sure that's all that I have. I don't think I have any like real housekeeping things. I don't know if I'm participating in like Bookmas or Vlogmas or whatever it is. I know for a fact that I will not be posting something every single day, in case you were wondering. I am just entirely way too busy, and I start my new job on December 13th. Plus we are still renovating our house. So I think that my goal is to do at least 2 videos a week, which is more than what I normally do. So Sid Bookmas Warm edition. Yep. Okay, so that means that we can get started with the game. So the first spin will be my Patreon only spin, meaning it is only the prompts taking up all of the spaces of ideas that my patrons have submitted to me. After that, I will mix up all of the prompts together and then play the rest of the spins. And start with spin number 1. Okay, so starting off strong, we got a prompt that was read a book that's between 700 and 750 pages. Why? Now, it works. I mean, I already know what I'm gonna pick for it. It's just funny that my own TBR game hates me. And if you've been keeping up with my channel the last couple of months, you know that my patrons and I over on my Patreon channel have been reading the Mistborn trilogy by Brandy Sandy, and this month in December is technically the last month of the trilogy readathon. So that means that the next and final book in the trilogy is The Hero of Ages. And this book comes out to be 724 pages. So obviously it's between 700 and 750, which fits the bill. So, this is what I'm choosing for that prompt. And in the story, we have a fantasy world in which being able to wield metal and metal properties is like the power, you know? Each metal has a different type of property and power associated with it. So if a person is able to control one of the metals and utilize that power, they are called a Mistine. However, if someone can control all of the metals and utilize all of the powers, then they are called a Mistborn. And Basically, I don't know how to talk about this without giving out any sort of spoilers, but that's part of the magic system. It's a very political heavy book. It's very interesting. And I have just started the second book, so I don't even know what to say about this one, but it's a ride. And it's Avi's sleep barking. But yeah, so this is the first book that's on the TBR, a whopping 724 pages. So here we go. So now I will mix up all the prompts together and then we'll go for spin number 2. So prompt number 2, we got a book that you think deserves more hype, this is a little confusing because if I haven't read it yet, how do I know that it deserves more hype? So I'll go just purely off of vibes on this one. I'm gonna have to go like suss out my books and see which vibes I'm getting, see which ones I haven't seen much of, but I think is gonna be good and maybe I've heard some good reviews about it. So let me go check. Okay, I think I have the book. So the book that I'm choosing for a book that you think deserves more hype is one that I was really hyped about, and I really haven't seen many people talk about it. I know Molly read it, and they loved it a lot, which gives me a lot of hope. And that book is The Mirror Season by Anna Marie McLemore. I just love this cover so much. I think it is absolutely stunning. And I just now noticed that there's 2 birds up here. Wow. What a time to be alive. But okay, so this book is following our main character Celia, whose world changes after she and a boy she barely knows are assaulted at the same party. She loses her gift for making enchanted pandulch. Neighborhood trees vanish overnight while mirrored glass appears, bringing reckless magic with it. But when the boy, Locke, shows up at Celia's school, he has no memory of that night and no clue that a single piece of mirrored glass is tearing his life apart. Celia decides to help him, which means hiding the truth about that night because Celia knows who assaulted her and him, and she knows that their survival depends on no one finding out what really happened. So obviously there's some sort of like magic going on, as well as like a hard-hitting YA contemporary, potentially. I just think that it sounds really good, and I'm a sucker for a really good cover, so I think that it deserves more hype, potentially. Therefore, I'm choosing it for this prompt. Let's go for spin number 3 and see what we got. Welp. Spin number 3, we got a prompt that was read a book with a 1-word title, and we also got a +1 spin. So looks like we're reading at least 7 books this month. It's fine. Everything's fine. If you've missed a couple episodes, I changed the amount of times I land on a space or color to every 5 times. So it's like 5, 10, 15 instead of 3, 6, 9, 12 because the 3 just started to get a little bit too much. So I changed it to every 5 times that I land on a space or color. And that was the 5th time. So if you guys wanted an update, by the way, I have my last 3 night shifts this week. Tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, and then I'm done. I'm done forever. I am so excited. In the meantime, still a bit exhausted. Anyways, the book with a 1-word title. It's easy. I know what I'm picking for it. Not only is it for a secret vlog that I'm doing, that I'm trying to finish this next month, but I believe that Steph and I are also buddy reading it, potentially. Mayhaps. It was like a passing comment that we had probably like 4 hours ago, and I'm jumping on it. Steph, we're buddy reading this book, and it is Malice by John Gwynne. This, friends, is a chunker. It's actually, I thought this book was gonna work for the first prompt, but it obviously didn't. It's only 620 something pages. It's fine. But this book has a fantastic flop. It feels really good. I'm excited. I'm excited to try John Gwynne out. I've not read from him, and I believe that Steph just read the Shadow of the Gods book by this author, and she really liked it, so made me very excited to pick this up. The catchphrase is, "The world is broken and it can never be made whole again." Seems like it's like a high fantasy, but like a war high fantasy. There's 4 different characters that we are following. It explains each of the characters and like who they are. But then underneath that it says, the Banished Lands has a violent past where armies of men and giants clashed in battle, but now giants stir anew. Stones weep blood and there are sightings of giant worms. I can't see the word worms and not think of all of us. Those who can still read the signs see a threat far greater than the ancient wars. For if the Black Sun gains ascendancy, mankind's hopes and dreams will fall to dust. So very cool, very cool. Excited to try it out. A little bit nervous just because, you know, it's another high fantasy. And even though I love it, I don't know, it just makes me nervous. And it's another series that I need to finish. So whatever, I'm excited about it though. This is on the TBR. Here we go. And then let's go for spin number 4. So spin number 4, we got a challenge space. We haven't had a challenge space in a while. This is exciting. And I think, okay, the challenge the challenge that I'm going to try to do is involving one of my hobbies. Right here, hula hoops. I'm a hula hooper. I do some flow arts performances. And so I think what I'm gonna do is I haven't practiced in a while, actually. It's been a hot minute since I've like flowed for fun. So that should give me better odds of completing the challenge, which would make it more fun for you guys. We're gonna try to see if I can get 20 chest rolls in a row, and I get 3 tries. I get 3 tries to try to do this. 20 is a lot. 20 is a lot, so that's why I'm giving myself 3 tries. What I'm battling for is if I get 20 chest rolls in 3 tries, then I get to just choose one of the books from the TBR that's already on there because I can double up on my prompts. That's if I get it, and if I don't get it, then I just have to choose another book, a different one, to add on to the stack. But okay, so I'm going to move you this way so that you can look at our messy kitchen. Do this more. All right, let's see if I can do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I mean, like, I kind of got it on my first try. It wasn't the cleanest. It definitely could have been better. I kind of want to try and see if I could get it to look a little more clean. I'm gonna try for my second time. Hold on. I did it. Okay. I mean, that one looked better, so. Okay, that's enough. Okay. Okay, cool. We did it. Oh, those always hurt my back. I'm not 25, I'm actually 80 years old. Okay, so for that one, as previously discussed, I'm going to be choosing one of the ones from the previous prompts. So I could choose Hero of Ages, Mirror Season, or Malice, so take your pick, that's the one I'm choosing. And then we can go on for spin number 5 while I cool off a little bit. Okay, so spin number 5, was it 5? It was 5. Spin number 5. We got read a book from a genre you don't read much of, or like a genre that you don't really like a lot. I'm going with a thriller because I know last month in November I mood read 2 thrillers and I loved them. But before last month, I really haven't read many thrillers. I've read like maybe 2 ever. Maybe 3. I don't know. I don't read many thrillers or books of that nature, I guess, like a crime thriller, that genre. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to be picking Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. And plus, I need to read this book anyways this month because it's my buddy read pick for my Patreon book club. So we're doing it. This is what we're picking. I'm very excited to read it. And this book was also up for, I believe it was up for the Book of the Month, Book of the Year. I know it didn't win, but I think a lot of people were upset that it didn't. I know that it's a very like well-rated book. And it says, Ike Randolph has been out of jail for 15 years, with not so much as a speeding ticket in all that time. But a black man with cops at the door knows to be afraid. The last thing he expects to hear is that his son Isaiah has been murdered, along with Isaiah's white husband, Derek. Ike had never fully accepted his son, but is devastated by his loss. Derek's father, Buddy Lee, was almost as ashamed of Derek for being gay as Derek was ashamed of his father's criminal record. Buddy Lee still has contacts in the underworld, though, and he wants to know who killed his boy. Ike and Buddy Lee, two ex-cons with little in common other than a criminal past and a love for their dead sons, band together in their desperate desire for revenge. In their quest to do better for their sons in death than they did in life, these hardened men will confront their own prejudices about their sons and each other as they rain down vengeance upon those who hurt their boys. Okay. This sounds like it's going to be really good, very hard-hitting, and very fast-paced is what I'm going to guess. So yeah, cool. Definitely choosing this for this prompt. Excited about it. And let's go for spin number 6. Spin number 6. Okay. All right. We got a book that's won a literary prize. Now, is this a stretch? It might be a stretch. Okay. We are choosing The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. This may not have won like the Pulitzer Prize or whatever, but it won Book of the Month, Book of the Year, which is kind of like a literary, at least it's like a bookish prize. So I'm counting that. I think that fits. Wow, this is going to be a really chunky stack. Holy crap. Well, no going back now. Here we go. Four Winds. This is what we're choosing. And the quick synopsis of it says, The Four Winds is a rich, sweeping novel that stunningly brings together the Great Depression and the people who lived through it, the harsh realities that divided a nation, and the enduring battle between the haves and have-nots, a testament to hope, resilience, and the strength of the human spirit to survive adversity. The Four Winds is an undeniable portrait of America and the American dream, as seen through the eyes of the indomitable woman whose courage and sacrifice will come to define a generation. I've heard that this book is kind of sad, and it also seems like it's one where like we follow the characters for a while and we really get to know them and their struggles and you know what they're going through. So I really like those stories. I really like being able to settle in and spend time with my characters. So I think that I'm really gonna like this one, and I'm excited to see if I think that it also deserves the Book of the Month, Book of the Year literary bookish award. So let's go on for spin number 7. Number 7. Spin number 7. The prompt is fine. The prompt is read a book that is a new to you Arthur. A new to you Arthur. Read a book that has a new to you author. And I mean, theoretically, I could use my double up on prompts prize, which I damn well should, because every single book on this TBR so far, besides the Brandon Sanderson one, I haven't read from any of those authors. So I really should just pick one of those, right? Well, I'm not going to. Because I need this other book on my TBR. I have to read it. So why not just put it on the TBR anyways? It's the official book club pick for my Nightcrawler book club, and that is The Keeper of the Night by Kylie Lee Baker. Not only is this a new to me author, but I believe this is her debut novel as well. Yes, it is. I've heard some really good things about it. I'm excited. This month will be really interesting. Okay, so this one, the Keeper of the Night, says half British Reaper, half Japanese Shinigami. Ren has been collecting souls in the London streets for centuries, expected to obey the harsh hierarchy of the Reapers, who despise her due to her mysterious mother and even more mysterious Shinigami powers. Ren conceals her emotions and avoids her tormentors as best as she can. When her failure to control her developing Shinigami abilities drives Ren out of London, she flees to Japan in search of the acceptance she's never gotten from her fellow Reapers. Accompanied by her younger brother, the only being on Earth to care for her, Ren enters Yomi, the Japanese underworld, to serve the goddess of death, only to learn that here too she must prove herself worthy. Determined to earn respect, Ren accepts an impossible task: find and eliminate 3 dangerous yokai demons with help from only her brother and a new ally who might be less than trustworthy. Ren will learn how far she'll go to claim her place at death's side. So yeah, let's just add this to the massive heckin' stack that is my December TBR, and we're not even done because that was a +1 spin too. I don't even know if I said that out loud. I think I did. I don't know if I did. We have a +1 spin. So let's go for spin number 8 and hope to God that it's the last one. So we landed on the tarot space. This is good because that's definitely our last prompt. And also, hopefully, whatever I get for the tarot, I can pick one of the previous books in this stack. Okay, so we have the major arcana here of the tarot deck that I own. And if you're new, I have predetermined prompts for every single one of these cards. And I basically am just going to shuffle them up, put some positive intentions into them because I need to be able to pick one of the books that I have already chosen. So please, please, tarot gods, I'm begging you. Let me just do a quick little shuffle and then we'll split it in half just cause. And we have, oh my God, this is the one I got last time. This is Chariot. We got this same exact card I think last month. Yeah, it was last month. That's crazy. But already I pretty much know what I'm gonna pick for this one because I remember what it means. So the Chariot card, again, every tarot card is up to the own reader's interpretation. You might interpret this card differently than me, and that's fine. This card basically to me represents like movement, travel, progress, or the 2 winged horses could mean like decision making. Like you have 2 choices, you have to make a decision. And I think that for this one, I could choose The 4 Winds by Kristen Hanna because I'm pretty sure that that book is like all about movement and like traveling. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So in The 4 Winds, it talks about how they have to make a choice. Oh my God, make a choice. That works for this too. This book works. Make an agonizing choice. Fight for the land she loves or leave it behind and go west to California in search of a better life for her family. So either way, wow, that's incredible. Thank you. Thank you. This could work because they're either traveling out west to go to California, which is movement, travel, or the family is making a decision to either travel or stay and try to, make their land work. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Okay, so that's it. That's all of it. Let me grab this chunkin' stack. It's not that bad. I mean, they're all not small. They're not small books, that's for sure. So this is the stack. We have Malice, Razorblade Tears, The Keeper of the Night, for The 4 Winds, The Mirror Season, and The Hero of Ages. A lot of those. Cool. I think that this went pretty well. I think it went as good as I could have hoped. Yeah, I mean, it had to have been. I mean, there are other books that I'm looking at that are on the floor over here that I wanted to potentially get on, but I got more than I was expecting on here, so that's great. That's great. I can't complain. One other thing I kind of wanted to mention, another book that I might potentially read this month, over on my Patreon channel, my book club and I are doing a bonus holiday buddy read. So I put up a poll of like 4 or 5 different holiday romances, and we're gonna also read a cute little holiday romance together. I think right now The Holiday Swap and One Day in December are the 2 most popular. And in addition to that, we're also doing a Secret Santa over in the greenhouse, which is our new Patreon like family name, which I'm really excited about. And so if any of that sounds like fun to you, then feel free to check out my Patreon channel. It's linked down in the description. We're gonna start doing weekly reading sprints now that I'm on day shift, in addition to some movie nights occasionally, you know, all of the fun things. So check that out if you want to. It would mean the absolute world. I would love to have you as part of our greenhouse family. But other than that, that is all that I have for you today. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. If you are still reading? Are you still reading? I hope you're reading. If you are still watching, then leave the wheat emoji down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye.